Welcome back, guys. Today we are making some Halloween zines. Now if you want a really good tutorial on this, I would go to Pop Fizz Paper's channel. She does quite a few zines. I think she does seasonal ones and she has a really good tutorial on this. I'm just going to go through this one really quick. Mostly I want to show you how to make a shaker page in your zine. So you start by folding your 8.5 by 11 paper hot dog style and then hamburger style. That's right, think back to when you were in pre-K and kindergarten. And then after you do your hamburger style, you're going to fold in the edges of your paper one more time to meet the middle on both sides. And once you've done this, you're actually going to fold it in hamburger style again and then cut the middle crease. Now I'm making 2 zines today and I'm only going to show you the entire process for one, but I will also show you at the very end some close-ups of this one that I'm working on right here. So you'll get to see the finished product on that. The light does get a little bit weird here where the sun decides to come through, but it corrects itself momentarily. So then you're going to kind of flip this open so that it forms almost like a T shape, and then go back over all your creases with a bone folder. This will just help it lay flat and also help with turning the pages later on whenever the zine is completed. So I'm just giving it a really good crease there, reinforcing all of those to make sure that it's going to lie down the way it's supposed to. Now in a minute here I'm going to open it up to figure out where I want my shaker page to be, but it's important before you do that to make sure that you know which page is going to be which. So I'm going to number my pages here and how it will look in the end product. And what you want to do is you want to make a shaker page out of one of your pages where it's open on the side and open on the bottom, so that way it's going to be easier to close it down later. So you can see right there. And I'm going to kind of fold it back up again just to make sure I know what I want. So there we go, that page right there between 5 and 6 is where I'm going to do my shaker page. So I'm going to open it up to cut out a window. But before I do that, I'm also going to just detach them here. It makes it a lot easier for what I'm using and how I'm cutting it. I'm not really measuring here. I'm just cutting a space in the middle, and then I'm going to cut kind of like a rough triangle to make a frame on the inside here of this page. You can measure if you want and use an X-Acto knife, but for me this is just so much easier and faster. When I do my second zine, you'll see that I actually cut like a wonky oval, and I do that because of the material that I used to create the window. Now I have one of these really cool bags that I got from Any Done. If you guys don't know her, you should check out her channel as well. She gave me a little treat bag with some trinkets in it and a swap that we did recently, and I'm going to use that as my shaker window. And I really like it because the bag is basically an illustration of a bunch of shelves of potion bottles, and so I figured that was perfect here in this little zine. So I'm just trimming this up again to make sure that it's, you know, fairly equal all the way around. And I'm going to line up my bag as well to see where I'd like my window to fall. Now, I had a bit of trouble with the scissors that I was using, so I had to go and grab some other ones that are a bit sharper. But once I get this window cut, I'm going to lay down some adhesive all the way around that frame on the paper, and then I'm going to line up my plastic bag and press it into the adhesive so that it lines up and creates a little shelf inside of my frame. Now once I have my plastic bag lined up where I want it to go, I'm going to press the cardstock down into it to make sure it sticks really well. And then I'm just going to go back in with my scissors and trim around the edge and cut off the excess of the bag. This bag was so cute, and whenever I opened my package from any, which you guys will actually get to see in a video, I knew that I was going to have to reuse this bag for something. It was just too adorable. I loved it. And this was the perfect project for it. Now, once I get that all lined up, I'm going to start working on the sequins and also making sure that I have everything lined up nice and neat. I don't have any extra bag hanging out over the edge. Yes, and I almost forgot about this part. I also added a background to the piece behind it. I remember when I was making this, because I actually made this quite a while ago, is that it just seemed really dark in the background. So this is my favorite spiderweb paper from the Hocus Pocus collection from Michael's last year, and I just wanted something nice and neutral so that you could actually see the sequins in there. So I'm just going to put it down with some dry adhesive. I'm using my ATG, and then I'm going to trim around the edges. Again, I did not measure, and it doesn't matter if it's not perfect around the edges, because once we connect the other piece to it, you actually won't see the edges anyway. Alright, so now I'm going to add adhesive to the back of the bag, around the frame, all the way around, so that whenever I put my sequins down, they won't be able to get out. And I want to make sure that I get every single inch of that frame and leave no holes. I want it to create a really nice seal. So I'm having some trouble here with my ATG gun, and then I go back and add that adhesive. Alright, now that I've got my adhesive all the way around the edge of my window piece, I'm going to start adding my sequins. So I've got some black sequins here and also some silver stars. And then I also believe that I'm going to add some purple sequins as well, and some orange sequins as well. I just went out all Halloween colors for this particular zine. Most of the stuff that I've been doing for this series has been very vintagey, but I had a lot of Halloween items that were, you know, more traditional colors and a bit cartoonish, and I really wanted to use those because I like that as well. I just don't have a lot of things that coordinate with them. So now I'm going to line up my window piece with the back piece that has the spider web paper on it. I'm going to press it down really good, give it a good shake, make sure that nothing's going to fall out, and then I'm going to go around and trim off any excess pieces that I have hanging out. And that is it. That is how you create a shaker page inside of your zine. Now I'm going to do the same thing in my next zine, but this time instead of creating a shaker, I'm actually just going to create a window. So you're going to see me use some spiderweb tool, and I'm actually going to create a bit of a pocket so that I can slide a card in and out. I am going to put the rest of this to music so that you can just kind of sit back and enjoy. There will be close-ups at the end as well. I hope you guys are enjoying my October Craftoween series and that you come back for more. I'll see you guys in the next video.